Hello boys and girls. Today I did a video reviewing some math concepts on a meetup, and it was a little blurry and there were some points when you really couldn't see my easel well. So I'm going to review and redo some of the problems so you can have an idea about what I went over during the meetup if you were not there. I began by talking about Monday's lesson in math and some of the things I saw that we were having some trouble with. When I check your quick checks, I can see what kinds of questions you got wrong and what kinds of mistakes that you made. I noticed problems like these where we were using the tens to make an addition equation. I noticed that some of us had a little bit of a problem getting the correct answer. And it's because they were writing how many tens and not the value of the tens. So when we look at a problem like this, I know we have two tens, but we know that the two tens are worth 20. So when we're writing them in the equation, we have to write the value of the two tens, which is 20, plus the value of these three tens, which is 30. Then we can add them all up. We can either go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and know that we have 5 tens, and add the 0, because the value of 5 tens is 50, or we can count by tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, to get the whole amount. Pardon me. If you were to write 2 plus 3 equals 5 as an equation to match this picture, you would have been incorrect. So that is something I wanted to go over with you. Let's try another one and see how we do. On this one, you'll see the first number has 1, 2, 3, 4 tens. 4 tens is written as 40, the value of 40. If you're not sure, you can either count by tens or add a 0 to the right of the 4. 10, 20, 30, 40. Now we look at the second number. 10, 20, 30. 30 is the value of these three tens. 40 plus 30 equals altogether 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. You don't have to count by tens. You could know there's 4 and 3 make 7, and then write the 0 to the right of the 7. Either way, you get the right answer, but you have to have both digits. Because when we're talking about these friends, when we're talking about our tens, this is worth a double-digit number. So we always have to remember to have both digits. Speaking of double-digit numbers, if you're working on a math problem in our math book this week, most likely an important skill for you to have is to be able to look at a double-digit number and know which place the digits are in. Let me show you what I mean. If we look at the number 25, you are going to be more successful in math this week if you know that the 2 is in the tens place and the 5 is in the ones place. That's something you'll need to know. If you're not sure, then you can draw yourself a place value chart just like this and write the number in and make sure you understand which digit is in which place before you begin the problem. Let's try a few more and see how we do. This is the number, let's see if you can see it. This is the number 49, okay? If you're not sure, write it in the tens place starting from left to right. And you can now look at your labels and realize, 4 is in the tens place, 9 is in the ones place. We can do a few more. 13. Always go left to right. 1 is in the tens place, 3 is in the ones place. Our last example. 72. Do you need the hundreds chart this time? You might not, but if you do, you can write it in. 7's in the tens place, 2 is in the ones place. So what does that mean for today's lesson? Well, for today's lesson, they're going to ask you to add some numbers. And they're going to ask you to add numbers that are 2 digits. And you're going to have to add another 10 to those numbers. Let me show you an example. They're going to give you this type of problem. It says 34 plus 10. In order to solve this problem, I would start with the 34. And in this type of problem, which you'll be seeing a lot of, I would always start with the number that has 2 different digits, that has a digit in the ones place, and keep the 10 as the second number you go to, no matter what order. So keep the 10 as the number as the second number. Start with the number that has not a 0 in the ones place. All right, so if you were to do 34 plus 10, you would take the 34. You would think, what number's in the tens place? 3. I only need to add 1 10. 3 plus 1 is 4. Now the answer to the problem, 34 plus 10 is not 4, just means you've made the tens place into a 4. You still need the number from the ones place. So 34 plus 10 is 44. You've gone 30, 40, 34, 44. You can use your 100 grid for this kind of counting too. We've done that in the past. But this time they're kind of testing your mental math and want to see if you can do it in your head. How about this one? Now this is what I mean. We started with 10 here plus 72. But I'm going to tell you, I don't think it's a good idea to start with the 10. I would start with the 72. I would start with the number that has a digit besides 0 in the ones place. Always use the 10 as the number you're adding on. Start with 72. Even though it's not the first number, we know addition you can do in any order. So think about your 72. 72 has 7 in the ones place, in the tens place, and 2 in the ones place. So since the 7 is in the tens place and we're only adding 1 10, we only need to change the 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. And then you need to keep the 2 because, well, it didn't disappear. It's still there. 72 plus 10, or 10 plus 72, equals 82. Today's math lesson on Pearson Realize is going to do problems just like this. I know they want you to be using what they call mental math. In the directions, they'll talk about that. But in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with us using a little place value chart to help us think it through without making a lot of silly mistakes. Because in order for you to get good at using mental math, we need to be consistently working on it properly. So if you're mixing up the numbers, you're not going to get any stronger from your mental math with this strategy. So simply writing the number in a tens and ones chart, making yourself clear and knowing what number is what digit is in the tens place and what digit is in the ones place will help you be sure to have success with this skill. If you have any questions, come to my math office hours tomorrow morning and I'll be happy to help. I hope you're doing well. Take care. Bye-bye.